You can see Lord Shiva in the form of Ardhanarishwara, you can see Lord Vishnu in the form of Mohini, you can see Arjuna in the form of Brihanala, and you can see the importance of Shikhandi in the whole war of battle of Mahabharata. To begin with, we will start with Ardhanarishwara, wherein the god comes out and the entity which is like having the combination of both Parvati and Shiva, and then reflects it back to Lord Brahma in order to give him the message that both the energies, female and the masculine energies, are important for the growth of the whole universe. As Brahma was unable to find out what was the reason why the universe was not growing, or the thought process of the universe was not growing as he wanted, later on he was presented this form in order to highlight the importance of feminine energy as well. According to the legends, the gods were awestruck by Ardhanarishwara's appearance that they began to praise and worship the deity. They realized Ardhanarishwara represented the perfect balance of masculine and feminine energies, and that this was the balance essential for the preservation of the universe. As Ardhanarishwara, Lord Shiva and Parvati share a single body. That means both the energies are equal in part, resembling in all senses except for their original form, and they are coming together to make that one. It is seen as a symbol of unity and balance of masculine and feminine energies. In addition to spiritual significance, the story of Ardhanarishwara also has important social and political implications. The traditional gender roles and stereotypes, and serves as a powerful symbol of gender equality and acceptance. The curse of Urvashi. The story goes something like this, wherein this was those times wherein Pandavas were under the exile and were supposed to live in hidden. They were trying to improve their warring skills also. So Arjuna contacted Maharshi Vedvyas in order to improve their warrior skills. So Vedvyas asked him to go to Indralok and then learn the arts of different warfare systems and then other forms of arts and warfare. There he reached, and then apart from not only learning the warfare, he also was learning. After seeing the dance of Arjuna and his all physical structure and his personality, Urvasi was attracted by Arjuna. She asked for marrying her. Arjuna rejected her, mentioning that she is from the same clan of the family where from Pandavas come, so she cannot be his wife. This leads Urvasi to curse Arjuna for being a eunuch for 1 year, and that leads Arjuna to finally live a life of a eunuch for 1 year. So this, and if you have to make a logical analogy why it was done, probably if the epic as big as Mahabharata has included such characters of Shikhandi or such characters of Brihanala, the idea is to give importance to such community, to show empathy. So this completes the second story. The third story is of the story of Shikhandi. The Shikhandi is one of those powerful characters who has defined how the war finally led to a culmination of Pandavas winning over Kauravas. Had Bhishma not been killed, or had Bhishma not been disabled due to Shikhandi, this whole war of Mahabharata might have turned differently. But the epic was so beautifully written that we can understand the importance of Shikhandi in Mahabharata. So let's try to understand how the whole story moved ahead. Shikhandi was born as a woman, daughter of Drupada, the king of Panchala, but her father was disappointed that he had not been able to produce a son to carry on his lineage. He then performed a yagna to get a son who would be able to defeat Drona, his enemy. During this yagna, a voice from the sky told him that he would have a daughter who would later become a man and fulfill his wish. Drupada raised Shikhandi as a boy, and she was taught the art of warfare, archery, and all other necessary skills to be a warrior. Shikhandi soon proved to be a skilled warrior, and as he grew up, he gained a reputation as a fierce fighter. As the time passed, Shikhandi's story became more and more complicated. It was revealed that he was born as a woman and that he had been changed into a man through a boon from the god. In some versions of the story, it was said that Shikhandi was actually a reincarnation of a princess named Amba, who had been wronged by Bhishma, one of the greatest warriors of all time. During the Kurukshetra war, Shikhandi played a crucial role in the downfall of Bhishma. Bhishma was one who abducted three sisters, Amba, Ambalika and one other from the Swayambara and took them to his stepbrother Vichitravir, knowing that Amba is already engaged or is in relationship with the other individual. He finally arranged Amba to go back. Again, her lover, Amba's lover, rejected her, saying that since he has already been with a man, he would not accept her. This leads Amba back to Bhisma, asking him to marry her. Bhisma rejects, pointing out his promise to her stepmother. This leads Amba to take it as a challenge, and she becomes the devout devotee of Lord Shiva. Shiva in turn gives her a boon wherein she is born as a male, and that will be the Shikhandi. So this is how the whole story goes now. Shikhandi's role in Mahabharata is significant because it challenges social norms and stigmas associated with the gender identity during ancient times. The story of Shikhandi also shows the gender identity is not binary and can be fluid and complex. It gives a message of acceptance and inclusivity in Indian mythology. Mohini is one other character who is quite popular for playing the role where the god is playing the role of a female in order to help not only the lords, the gods, but to kill demons also. The two famous stories are as follow. In this story of churning of the ocean, the gods and the demons team up to churn the oceans of milk to obtain the nectar of immortality. However, the demons become greedy and try to claim the nectar for themselves. To prevent this, Lord Vishnu takes on the form of Mohini, a beautiful woman, and distracts the demons with her charm, while the gods drank the nectar and became immortal. So this shows how Lord Vishnu had to be in that form of woman in order to help gods become immortal and thus keeping the balance. The second story of Mohini is about Bhasmasura. In this story, a demon named Bhasmasura obtains a boon from Lord Shiva, which gives him the power to turn anyone into ashes by simply touching their head. Bhasmasura then attempts to use this power on Lord Shiva himself, but is prevented by doing so after Shiva takes the help of Lord Vishnu, who becomes the form of Mohini and then starts attracting the demon Bhasmasura. Bhasmasura was so enamored by her beauty and her grace that he starts copying the same dance form, the same dance moves in order to attract her. But Mohini deceptively puts her hand on her head, and he was so enamored by her that he forgot that if he keeps his hand on his head only, he will be turned into ashes, and the moment he keeps his hand on his head, he is turned into ashes, and this way the end of the Bhasmasura is done. So this is the third story wherein the god takes the form of a female in order to save the world, save the universe, and to kill the demon like Bhasmasura. The story of Il is quite interesting, as Il was one of the sons of Vaivastava Manu, who is said to be progenitor of mankind in Hindu mythology. One day while he was hunting in the forest, Il accidentally entered the sacred area, forbidden area by Lord Shiva. As the saying goes that one day they were in their private time, few rishis came into that forest, so he cursed the rishis and everyone from then on that anyone who enters into this forest will turn into female. So people avoided going to that place, but Il was not aware of the whole curse, so he went into that along with his cavalcade and was finally turned into female. His all horses, his all other people also got converted into female. She had no choice but to live in the forest. So Il started living and being told as Ila. Few years passed, and then she was attracted by one of the worshippers of Lord Shiva called Buddha, who was the son of god Chandra. Now they both are attracted and they get married, and they have a son called Pururavas, who is born, and then as time passes, Ila is unhappy about her conflicting personalities, as originally she was a male, but now she has to live the life of a female. Expresses her the whole story, tells the whole story to Puruvaras, who finally appeases Lord Shiva to remove the curse. Lord Shiva asks Puruvaras to ask his mother to go into a river and then take a bath, and then she will be converted back to original male, the Ila. So this story tells the fluidity of personalities from ill to Ila, and then again from Ila to ill, because of a wrong action or something which was forbidden by the Lord Shiva. So if you see these 4 stories or 5 stories, you will come to understand how much our mythology, how much our epics were more empathetic to these communities. The message only is like we need to be empathetic to all those people, communities which we don't feel that they are our own kind, but we feel that they because we don't know what is the inside mental state of the people who are born or who develop such feelings of being into a particular community of or particular part of, say, LGBTQ. Then we need to kind of be empathetic to them and be more considerate of their feelings, rather than being judgmental about how they are feeling or feeling that they are having some kind of problem in their personalities. Thank you. Thanks for your time and attention for watching the video. If you have liked, so you can subscribe it, like it, or else thanks for your time anyways.